Hey there, YouTube land. Big Dave here. It's Sunday. I'm having some of my coffee, and I wanted to get on and make a quick video about something that we could share. I had some questions about what do I practice and things like that. And I also had a question about this neck strap. So I figured I'll cover all that in one shot. This is I think they call it like moose leather or something. This is a neck strap from Roberto's Winds. I've had it about 2 years. I have two of these, and it's very comfortable to practice because it sits, pretty nice on your neck. The only thing that I don't like about it is with the tenor, especially when it's a little heavy. It tends to pull slightly. It creeps down as you're playing, so you have to adjust it. I think any of the neck straps that have the the cords on them, they tend to slip a little bit. But the one thing is that where it goes over your head and over your neck, this is quite comfortable. I think he has one in black also, but I like this one because it's really soft. So, and then I don't have to worry about me getting the hook off my saxophone and dropping something. So, well, anyway, so that's what this is, and it's from New York City, Roberto's Winds, and that's it. Okay, so on to the next thing is I got some different questions about like what do I practice? Well, I practice a lot of stuff. I practice the clarinet, classical music. I have a lot, but I practice the violin too, and I play in an orchestra, so that keeps up, my violin running, and I usually play second violin. So I play a lot of classical music. So, but anyway, onto the saxophone. There's a lot of things you can buy online, and they're all over. If you want something new to work on and you never did this is a cool book, Paying Dues, on the Jamie Embersol. It has little tunes on standard chord changes, and the tunes are written out like in a bebop style. But it's good reading, it's good fun. It's been around a really long time. It's volume 15. And I even I don't teach students privately too much anymore, like I used to at one time. But this is a book I made everybody buy because it's kind of cool. It has some reading stuff you can get together in here, and the play along is kind of cool. So anyway, that's one. More current things that are out that I practice myself is I like this book. I've been messing around with this. I use it for just warm-ups and just exploring some different things. This is one of Walt Weiskopf's books, Diminished Scale. And I also have some of the Greg Fishman stuff that I like to read from his Hip Licks 1 and 2. I like that. It's good stuff. I don't sit and use it maybe the way he intended. I just use it. I'll take a page and work through the page, and it has something going on. This is an old standby. This is really old. This is possibly even from the 40s. It's an old standard fake book, and it has just songs in it, all kinds of standards from years ago. Now I got this book in the 70s from a guy named Carl Stabile, who used to play with Vaughn Monroe, and he played with Tony Bennett, and he did a lot of union work. He was a very fine tenor player. So he was a good friend of my father's, and I used to get stuff from him, and along the way he gave me this book. Now this is the original. I actually have this copy, but I gave the copy to somebody, so now I still have the original. But sometimes I'll just open this book and put it on the music stand and do something else, and then I'll go back and play some tunes out of here, but it's just tons and tons of standards, and these are in the B flat key. So now most people don't even play these songs anymore. They're they're kind of out of style or out of date, unless you're into some of the big band things. But there are a lot of standards in here, like Body and Soul, Three Coins in the Fountain, all that kind of stuff is in here. All right. Anyway, so this is always a great book, and because it has melodies in it. When you practice melodies, and you can always pick up from melodies, so if you're soloing or improvising, you can always draw from those melodies. This is another book that I put together myself, and this has a lot of stuff in it. This is things I work on currently. A lot of this stuff is Tim Price's stuff, and some things that I write out myself based on Tim Price's stuff. Tim Price is an incredible musician and woodwind player. And over the summer, I usually take the bus over to New York and take some lessons with him. So I'm always working on his stuff. I always joke that the stuff I put together over the summer, I wait till the following summer to actually figure some of it out, because it's a process. But if you write out things yourself, that's really, really super important. It takes stuff that you're learning, write it out, and keep it almost as a journal. This is my writing book, so it has manuscript paper in it. And right now, some of the stuff is already moved into other books. But like, for example, I'll just write out different kinds of things. Or here's something I was working on, Windows, Chick Corea, and I was taking different lines off of Windows and making them more into something I would want to do. I was messing around with some chords, some alternate chords on Invitation. And unfortunately, a bottle of water dumped in this book. So right now, I took some of the stuff out of it. But I write in here, and this is what I do. So, just write, make yourself up a book. I have different chord cycles that I got years ago, and I'm always looking through these things that I accumulated over the years. Sometimes I use the guitar as a tool. Here's a chart of every fret and every note on the guitar, so I can sit and visualize how I might want to combine some voicing or a note or something like that off of that. So, these are some of the things I practice. If I want to do a really new song, I might go online and print out a guitar tab to the new song, so I can learn what the progressions are, the chords. If it's a song I hear on the radio, if it interests me, they don't all interest me, but whatever. And finally, this is a cool book. These are just tunes that I might use on some kind of a gig, but there's all kinds of tunes in here. And some of these tunes I have played like thousands of times. However, I end up going and changing some of the chords or something. Like, for example, I'll just turn to one really quick here. For example, on Triste, So this is these are some of my chords and my alterations on the chords. Now I sit at the piano. Here's the original, and here are some modifications. It's also in a different key that sometimes I work with a certain guitar player, and he plays it in this key. So what I do is I try to go into the key that they're using and see what kind of sounds I come up with. Because when you change the key of a song, it has a different concept to it. It has a different sound. And then I have some stuff in here that other people wrote. I used to work with a great guitar player, Mike Cusack. He was wonderful New Jersey guitar player, and very accomplished. Played classical, played jazz, and he did all kinds of things. But some of these are his charts. This is a thing he took off of Romance. It's I think it was off of a Debussy thing. No, it's based on a Spanish flamenco tune, and then he has another. I have another chart of his. These are his chord changes to Windmills of Your Mind that are based on the Sting version. Now, if you never heard the Sting version, check it out. It's really cool. So anyway, that's kind of like what I practice. This is just some of the things and that I spend time with. All right, well, listen, have a happy Sunday, and take your horn out and play some songs and learn some melodies. Okay, bye-bye.